Well, Dave, your first silverware of the season, first silverware as a county manager. How do you feel tonight?
Um, yeah, listen, delighted to win. I suppose when the competition comes around, it's not really of huge importance, and it gives us a good opportunity to get players minutes, to blood some young players. So you learn lots from that, which has been good. And obviously, winning is a good habit to get into, and we want to win trophies and we want to win silverware, and hopefully the first of, well, not the last one, as we say, for this season.
You know Mick McGrath well. I think you live about 5 minutes from Vauxhall Motors ground. They gave you a bit of a fight in the first half, particularly, didn't they?
Yeah, I always knew they would. I'm a big one with ours about attitude, and to be fair, every single one of them have been bang on since I came in. I thought in the first half we played, and this is no disrespect, because I knew they'd give us a right go, and they'd try and get close to us and give us a nit, get a few kicks, and which you expect. I totally expect them to try and level the playing field as best they can. But I thought our attitude was a little bit off. And that's the first time I've said that. I said that at half time. I think when you play in these games against teams that are obviously going to want to try and get close to you and make it competitive, then we've got to be better at not put ourselves in situations to allow ourselves to get kicked, if you like, and make contact. And the first half we didn't do that, and we almost played disrespectfully and took up positions that we shouldn't have taken up, that if we're playing Bournemouth on Saturday, we wouldn't do, so why do it tonight? Second half I was delighted with what we produced, because all of a sudden we didn't allow them to get close to us. We moved the ball quickly, we created chances, and forget the goals and forget the win. That was more the pleasing thing. I think what you've got to do and what we have to learn from is, first off, in that sort of environment, is we've got to be better at what we do and not put people at risk in terms of the passes we give to them. So there was positives from that perspective. Like I say, I've known Mick and known Az a long time. Mick played for me at Colwyn Bay, and I've played with him, and similarly with Asa. So great for them. I hope their lads have had a great night. Absolutely did themselves justice and did themselves proud. But from our side of things, in the end, a good professional performance and a good win.
And great for you tonight as well. I thought, it's a cup final, and you finish with 5 of your academy lads on the pitch, and that's fantastic for them as well.
Of course it is, and justified as well. So of the ones that have played, they've trained with us, and they don't look out of place by any stretch. A couple of them have obviously started and have done well, and they've got to continue to build on that. They probably would have got more minutes, but what we have done with this competition is use it for players that need the games. So although there were risk involved, Newms needed the minutes, Witt needed the minutes, Keno, Zayn. You look at that, take Scott and take Cody out of it, that's a lineup where every single one of them would tell me that they should be playing in my team on Saturday, or our team on Saturday against Boreham Wood. So they have to go and prove that. So the young ones are probably unfortunate to miss out, based on the fact that we need minutes into the senior ones to make sure we're right for this weekend. But as you say, great for them to be out there and get that experience and not look out of place at all.
And that's not a great word to use, but how useful was it for those fringe players? I hate the word, but players returning from injury, the lone players that you brought in, how important was it for them as well to get an outing?
Massively important. So that's like I say, they're the ones at the moment the ones who aren't in the starting lineup, if you like, and aren't in the squad that travel at the weekend, are the ones that you have to manage. And like I said to them in there at half time, they'll all look and come to me and say, I should be in that team. Well, you don't have to tell me, show me. This is, like I say, this is an opportunity. So as much as we'll want to replicate things in training, there's no better way than getting match minutes, hence why Sars played. So Sars misses Saturday for us, but he'll be back Monday, so we've got to make sure he's right. Obviously, especially there's risk involved in it, but there's risk every training session. So for them to get the minutes, and for them to, especially in the second half, they have to cause us problems as a management team, cause us problems by putting in performances that means we can't leave them out. And we can't, or we have difficult decisions to make in terms of the 11 we pick and the 16 we pick for Saturday and for Monday. They did that much better in the second half, and the game will do them the world of good.
Huge weekend, double header as we know to come. You're light on in midfield, particularly with your suspensions. Have you got the squad, the players to cover for that?
We have. We'll have to look at things. Again, we'd have got minutes into Andy tonight, if I'm honest, but he had a little niggle in training yesterday, so we couldn't risk anything there. We are a little bit light in midfield areas, but we've got good players, and the way we play and the way we set up in there, we can go a little bit differently if we want in terms of our shape. We know what our roles are within there, and we will try and be on the front foot, so we have got people that can step in. Obviously not ideal, but that's the cards we've been dealt at the moment, and we have to deal with it regardless of team we select, players we can pick. It's an important weekend for us, and quick turnaround. Both games I think will be TV games, games that we're looking forward to, and games that, like I say, could take us closer to where we want to be.
And just finally, the fans, they've stuck with you all the way through. They've got a huge part to play, particularly here against Boreham Wood on Saturday.
They have. Like I say, for our games here, especially to be sold out or almost sold out, and for us to be sold out going to Wrexham and taking 2,600 to Chesterfield is unbelievable. And as I've said to them before, they have to, as best as they can, they have to embrace that, and they have to enjoy that, and I suppose recognise where we've got to and deal with the situation, just as the players will have to deal with the situation, because like I say, I feel we're a good side, we're in a good place, we've got to where we want to be based on some principles that we've stuck by. They will have a huge impact, I'm sure, as we all will be a little bit nervy, a little bit edgy, but that comes with a successful side that has sat where everyone else wants to be sat. So like I say, we've got to enjoy that, we've got to take that in our stride, and I know they will give us the most unbelievable backing, and hopefully the players will replicate that in terms of what they produce on the pitch.
Thanks for your time, always good to talk to you, thanks for that.
Cheers.
And well done in silverware tonight as well, fantastic.
Cheers, John, thank you. Thanks, mate.